Hi Vibrant Souls, welcome or welcome back to my channel. This is Vibrant Soul Tarot, and in today's pick a card reading we are going to be revealing what this person's heart is feeling for you, or what their heart wants to say, any messages coming from their heart chakra. And I love this video topic. I love it so much. I want to give a quick shout out to the wonderful creator Moon Moth Goddess. If you have not heard of her, please go check her out. I was scrolling on YouTube and I saw a video with this topic from her, and I said, oh my goodness, I have to do that topic. So please check her out if you haven't, and I want to say thank you to Moon Moth Goddess for creating the video. And I am going to put my own little twist on this, and I want to say why I loved this topic so much. Because a lot of the times when we are doing, you know, like their thoughts and feelings and those types of readings, a lot of the time it gets clouded, or, you know, there's a lot of blockages in the heart chakra from their mind, from the ego, from fear, or maybe even things that have happened. So I want to leave this, like this particular reading, I want to leave it completely open to channel straight from their heart. So any messages they may have for you, any feelings they want you to know about, or just anything from that perspective of their own heart, I think is such a beautiful and amazing, wonderful topic. So again, thank you, Moon Moth Goddess. And so with that being said, if this is the reading that you are feeling, if you're picking up what I'm putting down, then let's go ahead and get into the pile selection. So we have these 3 piles to choose from. We're going to start here with pile number 1. We have the Neoteric Fem Tarot along with this heart, but this heart is Tiger's Eye. And then for pile number 2, we have the 3 Trees Tarot deck along with this Amethyst heart. And then last but not least, we have pile number 3, which is the Lunaverse Tarot along with this beautiful Rose Quartz heart. So please take your time in choosing your pile. Please have that specific person in mind. That helps a lot of the time as well too. When you are trying to channel a specific person, it's best to kind of stay focused on that person as much as you can. And then, when you do have your pile selected, I will post the timestamps in the description box below for your convenience. And then I will see you beautiful, vibrant souls at your reading. I can't wait. Bye. Hi, pile 1, and welcome to your reading. If you chose the Tiger's Eye heart, or if you chose the Neoteric Fem Tarot deck, either way, I'm happy to have you here. So welcome. So today we are asking for the messages from this person on your mind's heart. So what does their heart really want to reveal to you? So I'm going to ask Spirit here to please tune me into this person's heart space, this person's heart chakra, and allow these messages to come through with the most clarity possible to reveal any messages this person's heart does want you to know about at this time. So let's go ahead and get straight into it. So what does this person's heart want pile 1 to know? What do they want pile 1 to know? Messages from their heart. Oh, so we have the Queen of Cups coming out. We have the 2 of Swords. And we have the Magician. We also have the King of Pentacles. Wow. All right, let's get a couple clarifiers, then we will begin. So clarifying the Queen of Cups, we have the High Priestess, which is interesting. The Queen of Cups is a very much heart chakra centered energy as well. It's also very intuitive energy, so being clarified by the High Priestess is pretty interesting. So why is this 2 of Swords here? We have Justice. Why is the Magician here? We have the 5 of Wands. Oops, it's a lot of cards. So we have the Nine of Wands for the King of Pentacles. We also have the Six of Wands and the Knight of Swords. Wow. Seven of Pentacles is at the bottom for you. All right. So what are some messages from this person's heart? I feel like this person's heart was trying to steer them in a different direction. Oops, so sorry. Was trying to steer them in a different direction here. I feel like their heart wanted them to make better choices for you and for this connection and for them. I feel like with this Six of Wands and this Knight of Swords coming out, a lot of the things that this person said, the words that this person spoke, were coming through ego a lot of the time. And I do feel like this person wanting to communicate with you, and I feel like their heart really wants them to kind of get more centered, to come back into their heart space, because a lot of the challenges I think that this person has when it comes to love and when it comes to this connection is believing that they can even have that, is believing that it's possible for them with this Magician. And I think that a lot of the times, or for some of you actually, one of the issues this person could have had was with some sort of like loyalty here with this King of Pentacles and this Nine of Wands. And it's almost as if this person's heart was really, really, really trying to get them in touch with their emotions and get them in touch with their feelings. One of the things that their intuition and their heart was trying to allow them to do is to feel these feelings for you, allow this connection to flow, like feel how they feel for you, because there is a lot of love here with this Queen of Cups. You know, there's a lot of appreciation here for you and for maybe what you've even shown this person. And I think that you came into this person's life for a divine purpose. And I think at first this person was very much in their ego and they had a very hard time opening up to connections. And I think that this person didn't think clearly about other people, or at least when it came to having some sort of empathy for the other side. And I think that's why the Justice here, because it was noted that Justice was kind of in reverse, but I put it upright just because it was kind of sideways. But now I'm hearing that it was in reverse, that this person maybe wasn't making the correct choices, wasn't thinking clearly, and wasn't doing things fairly for you and for them. Now I think that this person again had challenges when it comes to finding their own inner power and realizing and believing that they can have something beautiful as well, and staying grounded and staying in one spot seemed to be a challenge for this person at one point in time as well too. So we have the Seven of Pentacles coming at the bottom, and I think that is this doubt. Oh, and we have the Three of Swords underneath that as well too. So we have doubt and we have heartbreak at the bottom of this. And it's like, I feel as though one of the main messages from this person's heart is they truly appreciate you. They appreciate all of the love that you have to offer them as well. And I think that their heart is trying to push them to that next level. And I think that the successful outcome is something that this person's heart does want with you and can see with you. It's just, you know, kind of like what we were talking about in the intro. A lot of those things that are clouding is definitely coming through here, saying that, yeah, this person didn't make the best choices, but they weren't listening. This person's heart is saying, but they weren't listening to me when they made those messed up choices. And I think that there's a lot of conflict between this person's heart and this person's mind. And I think that what their heart is trying to say is that a lot of their power lies within their heart, lies within this sensitivity, lies within this beautiful connection as well. And allowing them to feel is something that they were guided towards. But I think that there was some sort of energy here, some sort of running energy here, some doubts as well, and frustration and conflicts. And so if there was actions like with this Knight of Swords, and, you know, again, like we were saying, it was coming from the ego. If this person did hurt you, if there was some hurtful words or some things like that, it was coming from the ego with this Six of Wands. But I think, and this person's heart is saying that like a lot of those things weren't true. So this is a specific message. If you had a conversation either recently or in the past, and this person said some very hurtful things, their heart is saying that didn't come from me. That didn't come from their heart space. That's not what, you know, I would have done. That's not what I wanted this person to say. And so with that being said, to not take that personally, or try your best not to take that personally, because it was coming from a different source as well. So it wasn't true. The only true source, you know, usually is love. And a lot of the times our heart chakras tell the truth, but we don't want to either hear it or we don't want to admit it. And I think there's an energy here of that as well. Now, their heart chakra wanted them to be a more stable figure in your life. They wanted them to be, you know, loyal as well. But I think with this Nine of Wands, there was some challenges, more challenges as well when it comes to that. Let's get some oracles here to see if we can add anything else to. And I think with this person's heart chakra, like with this, again, this Two of Swords and this Justice, it's like I just wanted them to do what was right. I just wanted them to do what they knew was right. And it seemed that there was some inner conflict between this person's heart and what had happened, or, you know, or the decisions they made, or just with them in general, conflict between their head and their heart. So what are some messages from this person's heart? Oops, I dropped one. Oh, we have love coming out. Oh, look, we have pride at the bottom as well, too, in reverse with the storm warning. Excuse me while I grab this card. So we have love. I commit to seeing the practice of the good in all things. And then we have denial. Yeah, this is perfect for like that energy that I was seeing. I feel like this person definitely had some denial tendencies. Like their heart was trying to push them towards you and was trying to show them, you know, love, and was trying to like get them to open up to this beautiful connection. And I think this person definitely had problems with the trust issues and obviously denial. And I love how it talks about fear in this card here too. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness. And so this person's heart was trying to bring them to the awareness of this situation and to say, look, like things can happen. You can have this. And that's what we were seeing here with this Magician and this Five of Wands, that we were seeing this energy of like, well, I don't know if I can, if this is even real. I don't know if I can have this. I don't know if this is true. I've heard of these things, you know, from other people. I've heard of these things in movies. But when it comes to me and my love life, no, that it doesn't seem to ever happen that way. And this person's heart is trying to say, look, like you need to stay open. You need to keep me open and allow things to unfold naturally. And I think that this person, that's why I was picking up on a heavy runner energy from this person. I believe that this person had some trouble doing that. And so I think this person's heart chakras and some of the messages coming through are to say that again, that's what I wanted, or that's what was supposed to be, or not. I don't want to say that's what was supposed to be, because whatever was supposed to be is supposed to be. And I mean that as in like we always, you know, everything's a lesson or a blessing. Like, you know, whatever we chose is what it was. You know, there's nothing you can really do about it. But anyways, the point is this person's heart really wanted them to see you and see this connection in such a beautiful light. I feel like this person's heart was trying to get them to switch a perspective as well too. But then we do have, you know, we have pride, and then we have storm warning, which the storm warning feels very powerful to me in this situation, because I feel like this is this person's heart coming through to say that this person was already carrying these wounds before this as well too. And I think a lot of what had happened here between you and this person is that it really triggered these things. You really triggered these things in this person that were lying dormant for this person to heal. And I think it made this person uncomfortable. I don't think this person was ready to face some sort of challenge, or some sort of challenges right now, or at least at this time that the messages were kind of coming through. The future, this isn't future energy, so just keep that in mind too. But it's almost as if this person wasn't ready to face this sort of intensity, and so they kind of let themselves, I want to say self-sabotage. Okay, so let's get some Do I want to do channeled messages already? I feel like, yeah. Sorry, pile one. I feel like I always do this with my beautiful pile ones. I'm always like there's always like another deck I want to grab, or like I'm like, wait, do I want to do it this way? Do I want to do it this way? Just know that you guys are the pile ones, the leaders, and you are the pioneers, and you set the tone basically for the rest of the readings. So I apologize. So yeah, let's go ahead. I feel drawn to do the channeled messages already. So let's go ahead and let's see what we got here. So what are some channeled messages that this person wants? Oh, got some spicy ones. Pile one to know. So we have, tell me how you feel about me. I want to have your babies. What are some messages that this person's heart chakra wants pile one to know? I regret so many things. Okay, look at that, guys. We have, I know I made some bad choices at the bottom coming through. All right. Let's see what we have here. I fantasize about a future together. Are you sure you want to do this? I think that's that person like as well too. Like, honestly, I feel like this person started feeling really intense things, and I think it's almost this person that was like, oh my gosh. And then I think they obviously probably had questions, because there's a lot of energy here that this isn't just straight up through the heart chakra. There's a lot of fear, there's a lot of ego, there's obviously bad choices as well, but the heart really feels drawn to you intuitively. The heart is saying that there's a lot of love here, and there's compassion. And then, like I said, we had that Queen of Cups, which is like a very heart-centered energy, and that's where they were being drawn to, they were being pulled to. And I think that caused a lot of resistance in this person. And so I'm also hearing a message as well too, that these things, well, actually we did say this before, but there's a reason why it's coming up again, that these things were already there within this person, lying dormant. And I feel like with this heart, the heart is saying that it's okay sometimes for these things to naturally come out, that they need to come out. This person needs to see these things. They need to face these things, or else you wouldn't be able to have the connection that you and this person wanted to have in the first place, because there's all of these things that were already in the way that were bound to come out regardless. So this is like this person dealing with their own issues. And I feel like their heart wants you to know to not take anything personal, any of these actions, any of these words, whatever was said, whatever was done, to try not to take that personal, that there was love here, there is love here, and that it seems to be all from within this person, and I'm not saying that you didn't do anything wrong or anything like that. Like, we all have our own things to be accountable for, but what I'm saying is that it had nothing to do with your self-worth or your value or anything of that nature, that you were always worthy of loving, and you deserved love the entire time. It's about this person and how far they were able to meet you and what they were able to give to you as well too. So, okay, and then so we have, can you forgive me? And we also have, please talk to me. So I'm going to put this, I know I made some bad choices here, and we're going to get one more. Oh yeah, but then look, under that we have, let's make up. So what is another channeled message from this person to pile one? I feel like I'm losing you. And then at the bottom, we make a great team, and then there's one that fell. So again, excuse me. We have, you are always on my mind. Yeah, this person thinks about you heavy, and I feel like it weighs heavy on this person's heart, because now I'm seeing the 10 of Wands right now. And so with that being said, there's a lot of stuff that's kind of weighing heavy on this person's heart that this person really does need to address and need to deal with. It's almost like this person needs just a cleansing, like a heart chakra cleansing. I don't know how you would do that, or like, it wasn't meaning like in a literal, but basically like there's like this source of love. There's the heart chakra, there's the source of love, and then there's all of these things energetically around it that are kind of stopping or blocking this person from accessing that love. And that's kind of what I meant by like cleansing that around there, you know. But these messages are kind of telling to what we were talking about with the original in the first tarot, and the messages as well too. I feel like this person does have doubts and doubts about the possibilities, and I think this person's heart chakra was really trying to shift their perspective into being more open and to facing these fears and allowing these things, and to kind of staying put instead of running. And with that being said, I think that there was self-sabotage, and I think that so specifically a message that I'm hearing is that this isn't over yet with this whole, like, whatever had happened. And I'm not even just talking about the connection. What I'm talking about is this has triggered a lot of heart chakra healing for this person after this too. So whatever, like, this loss that they're feeling in regards to this situation is helping them cleanse this and helping them realize this as well too. There's a lot of realizations that are happening right now, I think, with this person. And I think that this person's heart chakra wants them to take some sort of accountability for their actions, for their choices, and what they do. And that doesn't mean that it doesn't mean that, like, this will never be or anything like that. But what their heart chakra really wants to see is it sounds kind of brutal, but I feel like this person is getting a dose of tough love from their own heart chakra as well too. So I think what this person wants them to do is really feel these feelings that they felt for you, and really feel some sort of loss here when it comes to this, because their heart chakra wants them to see what they're doing, wants them to see the extent of their actions and their choices, and to show them what staying in this prideful energy and staying in this fear energy and causes them. Yeah. And I think this person is tired. I keep getting this message that this person is tired and they really need to rest. They could lose a lot of sleep over this, or they could just be a very restless person in general. But for the most part, yeah, I think that there's this energy here of, like, just tired energy. Okay, let's see. Oh, look, so under that we have a make a great team, and then we have I was a fool. So this is a lot. This heart chakra, this main energy, the main messages is really trying to get them to see a lot about their choices and how they don't align with their desires, their heart's desires. Okay, so on that note, I guess I should have told you before, you can go ahead if you want to screenshot any of these messages, go ahead, because it will be covered right now with the advice for you. And the advice is just going to be these beautiful little affirmation cards. Yeah, they're like affirmation cards as well. So I'm going to allow anything to come through that you may need to hear right now, whether that's in regards to the situation or maybe just in your life as well too. Oh, I also wanted to get... Did I want to get it? Again, sorry, pile one. Yeah, I do. Okay, so I was gonna say no, but then I was like, yeah, I do. So we're gonna get that little sassy rebel deck that some of you seem to enjoy as well too. So give me 1 second, please. Got it. It's here. Okay, so the first card we have coming out for you in your advice is I experience love wherever I go. Love is everywhere, and I am loving and lovable. Loving people fill my life, and I find myself easily expressing love to others. Wow, and what I heard about this was pay attention. Pay attention to the love in your life. Stop and smell the roses. Allow the relationships that you have, whether that's with friends, family, to fill your heart as well too. And remember that, remember how you feel when you're expressing yourself to certain people as well, because there's messages in that for you. Kind of like a messenger of kind of like a fear is feedback, is it holding you back from expressing yourself as well too? fully and to experiencing the beautiful joy, because that's kind of what this person's heart chakra is telling them too, is to, you know, allow themselves to experience it. But in more of like a decisions that they make, and like not to stop sabotaging. I feel like yours is like kind of opening up to beautiful situations, beautiful people, and there's, like it says, there's love everywhere. Like, you know, when you take a walk, you know, say that you just take a walk to relax your mind, there's so much love around it in the trees. If you connect with the trees, they have such a special type of love, as well as the plants, the animals, things like that, in the sky. Everything can be beautiful if you do view it that way as well. So I feel like your heart chakra is coming through as well to say, open up to it. There's a lot of love out there from other sources too, and if other people don't want to give you the right kind of love, you're never going to go without love, because love is an endless source. It's not something that runs out, a well that runs dry. It's an endless source, and love comes in so many different ways, shapes, and forms other than romantic relationships too. So to be open to that as well. So let's get one more affirmation card. I love my body. A lot of body cards have been coming out for the collective lately as well too, and I believe that's on the note of self-acceptance. But the message is, I love my body. Oh, I love that with that big old sunflower in the sun. I create peacefulness in my mind, and my body reflects this peacefulness as perfect health. Oh yeah, that's an interesting message to come through right here as well too. Not even just about the body, like your body, how it works. A lot of the times when we are very hard on ourselves, or we're stressing about other situations, and we're just not in this energy of calm, which we're not always in the energy of calm, but like, you know, when we are stressed, or there's a lot going on, or we have a lot weighing on us and stuff, it can affect our physical health as well too. So I think there's a message for some of you to try to put yourself in the best position to be more calm, peaceful, take up meditation practices, try to ease your mind in the best way, get a good night's sleep, drink lots of water, take care of yourself, and your body will reflect that as well too, in the healthiest way possible. Now, of course, if you have actual like if you have like a real health problem, or a real illness, or a real sickness, that's something obviously a little bit different. But just to be kind to your mind, and your body will thank you for that as well too. Also, if this is about, you know, how your body looks, this is about self-acceptance and all different types of ways that you are beautiful, obviously just how you are. But, you know, the fact that it talks about your body being healthy is that your body is more than just an aesthetic tool. You know, your body is more than just how it looks. Your body is a miraculous instrument that keeps you alive. Your body digests your food. Your heart is constantly pumping. It never stops. Your body, you know, it kills and takes away illness and things like that. So, you know, be appreciative and grateful for your body in those other forms as well too, and that helps us accept and be more, you know, more loving to ourselves as well. And I think, again, goes back to that message of it starts all in your mind as well too, like, and your body will reflect that. So, you know, the more peaceful, calm your mind is, the easier it is to digest food, the stronger your immune system is, and all of those other amazing, beautiful things that your body does. When you're meditating too, connect to source and ask source, or God, or the all, whoever it is for you, ask God to, you know, cleanse your body, to, you know, renew your cells. All of these things, speak to your body when you're meditating as well too. All of these beautiful things and wonderful things, because your body does listen to you, and it can help, and it wants to be there for you. It loves you. So on that note, let's get some more advice here. What is some more advice here? Oh, okay, sorry. They're slippery. They all wanted to fall out. Oh, look at, on that note, detox. Drink a smoothie, throw some stuff out, or block them on social media. That's so random and funny that it's like red. Like, that's all, block them on social media. Yeah, just don't do things that are bad for you. Don't do things that are bad for your mind. Don't do things that are bad for your health. I feel like right now is a perfect time for you to focus on your health. And then, like I just said, a lot of it starts with the mental health. So if there's someone that you're upset about, or there's some drama or something on with the person, this is kind of saying, don't go look at their social media. Don't pour more salt into a wound that you kind of already have. Nurture yourself, be kind to yourself, and don't stress yourself out. I can't stress that enough. Don't stress yourself out anymore than life already does. You know, life can be stressful. We don't need to add to keep, you know, feeding fuel to the fire, guys. Okay, so this one is, oh, speaking on that note, it's life can be frustrating and unfair. You might never find out why something happened, but work towards acceptance. Accepting things for what they show you, accepting things for what they are. I know this is great advice, especially in a lot of these readings, these types of readings, because a lot of the messages that come out are like, well, I wanted it to be this way, it could have been this way, and of course those feelings are valid and it's true, and of course, you know, both sides want it to be a certain way, but at the same time we have to look at it from a point of what it is and acceptance of, like, well, it's not that way right now. This is what had happened, and you know, you can choose to accept that, and or you can choose to not, but it's easier when we do kind of have acceptance of things. For some reason, an example is coming to mind. It's a little bit darker, but one of the things that, you know, we kind of all have to accept in this life is loss. And so if you have family members or sometimes friends, or a lot of the times, I think a better example would be like animals. You know, we love our pets, but you know, we have to accept that at a certain point in time that they're not going to be here forever. Now that's something that our minds and everything does not want to accept, because we want them here forever. We have so much love, but it's just a fact, and it helps the process to accept that. At least that's kind of, it's more like maybe you would benefit as well from like looking into a lot of like Buddhism practices, because there's something about that too. And it doesn't even have to be Buddhism practices. One of the most important spiritual practices in general is just accepting that everything has an ending. Every beginning comes with an ending, and the fact that we are here on earth means that it's mortality, so it's not going to last forever. And so it's unfair and it sucks, but just know too that you're not alone. And that's not even just about death. I didn't mean to just be like, you know, morbid and only be on the death topic, but this is about situations and cycles in our lives, people and things like that. You know, it is unfair if it doesn't work out the way that we want to, but it works the way that it's working. And a lot of the times there is a bigger plan. Well, actually 100% of the time there's a bigger plan, you know, from spirit. There's a divine plan, and it doesn't go according to our plan as well too. So it seems like what seems like a disaster, what seems like horrible, is actually in most of the time for a greater good too. So just keep that in mind. And then we have this one's interesting. We have politics are important. Be aware of how government and laws affect your life. Investigate all sides. So I personally, I don't watch the news a lot of the time, because it's the way that it affects me, and the negativity and things like that. For some of you, I believe this is more about, for some of you, this message could be quite literal, and if that's something that you want to do, then of course, because it is, you know, it is good to know what's going on, of course. But for some of you, this is about finding your own sovereignty, finding your own personal freedom, regardless of what's happening around you as well. And what I mean by that is your own sovereignty is, you know, your own power, regardless of these things around us that try to take our power from us. And so that could be something to look into as well too. There's a lot of good resources or information about your own sovereignty, and about how you know, the government and things like that do kind of, they have this oppressing type of energy, and how we can free ourselves internally and free our minds regardless of our situations. There's a message there for that as well too. And then so this one, I told you it's a sassy deck. I'm sorry, I don't mean for it to be mean. It's just this this deck doesn't give two F's about how it comes out, but I do. So I don't think you're spoiled, and I don't think you're entitled, but I think this is just remembering to practice gratitude for the simplest things. And when it says acknowledge your privilege, sometimes we forget, like, all these beautiful things we take for granted around us because we're focused on other things. We're focused on what we don't have, or we're focused on what other people do, or like things we can't control, you know, other people's actions, what's going on in there. We get so focused on that we forget to just, again, like that original message, this one right here, to look around and to stop and smell the roses. Like, you know, honestly, there's so much to be grateful for. And for some reason, I got another kind of morbid example that pops into my mind, and it's obviously a message. It's just like a message to make it clearer. But like, for example, you know, we have these beautiful limbs on our body, our arms and our hands. They help us do so much. You know, one day, you never know, like something could happen and there's an accident, you know, and then someone loses a limb. Well, that person is going to be so freaking remembered to be so grateful for their other limbs, and they're going to almost wish that they were more grateful for what it is they had, because you don't know what you have until it's gone. Well, Spirit's asking you to be grateful for all the things that you have while you have them, and to focus your energy on what it is that you do have. That shifts your mindset. It raises your vibration. It makes you feel better. It increases your health. There's so many benefits to just practicing gratitude. And when it says, you know, acknowledge your privilege, don't be spoiled, or don't be entitled, I can admit myself almost on a daily basis, I do like to have a gratitude journal and a practice, and I like to look at things, especially when I'm feeling bad. But I can even admit myself that I take a lot of things for granted, that we act so spoiled. You know, sometimes if we have to work a little bit harder to get something, it's like there's other people in the world that don't even have the option to do what we do, you know? Or it's like, oh, like, for example, I got this new like water filter, and I have to fill it up a lot of the time, you know, and so I don't get to drink like cold water a lot of the time. Well, that's me needing to acknowledge my privilege for sure, because it's like, well, I have clean water. Are you kidding me? Like, you're complaining about the temperature? Like, you have water, you have clean water, you have a roof over your head, you know, and these are for you as well too. Like, if you have a roof over your head, if you have food and you have water and you have, you know, even people around you that love you, you are so much more rich than we even realize. And so this can just be in regards to anybody and anything. Like, there's always something to be grateful for. There's always something to appreciate, even if it's just like when you go to sleep at night, your bed. You know, thank you so much for this bed. I'm so grateful for this. And it starts like a snowball effect rolling down a hill. Then you start looking at other things. Oh, well, I'm glad I have this. Oh, I'm glad I have this. Oh, you have your headphones in. I'm so grateful for music. I'm grateful for, you know, all of these things. It kind of snowballs effects. And then all of a sudden your whole mood is better and everything's just better. So don't forget to make time for sure for gratitude, and make time for love, because there's a lot of love in your life, pile one, and there's a lot of things to be grateful for. And sometimes we get so wrapped up into a certain situation or how we feel about a certain topic or a certain person that we're completely blind to all of that. And we do need to take a step back and really look at it from a different perspective, and get your mind off some things as well too. It's be kind to your mind. You don't need to always be worrying or focused on things. But yeah, I'm kind of just repeating myself at this point now. So I'm going to leave this reading here. Thank you so much. I really hope, you know, you got something out of it in any way, shape, or form. And thank you to anyone who supports this channel in any way. I'm so grateful for you. Speaking of gratitude, I am grateful to anyone who likes, comments, shares, or just watches these videos. It makes me feel so good, and it does make me feel so grateful. I'm always so humbled by your guys' beautiful comments and your beautiful stories and things like that. And I just can't thank you guys enough for being here. So on that note, I am going to leave this reading here. Thank you again, and I will see you guys in the next pick a card. Bye. Hi pile 2, and welcome to your reading if you chose the amethyst heart Or if you chose the Three Trees Tarot, whichever one it is that you chose, welcome. I'm glad to have you here. So today we are getting messages from that person on your mind's heart. From their heart space, from their heart chakra. What do they want you to know at this time? So I'm going to ask Spirit to please tune me into my pile 2 situation, as well as tune me into this person's heart space, this person's heart chakra, and allow any of the messages to come through with the most clarity, please, from their heart space. Thank you. All right. So what are some messages from their heart to pile 2? The first card we have is the Knight of Cups. We have the Seven of Cups. We have the World. Wow. And we have the Two of Wands. Interesting. I've been seeing foxes a lot lately. Fox energy. All right. So why is this Knight of Cups here? Clarifying this Knight of Cups. We have the Knight of Swords in reverse. Clarifying the Seven of Cups. Okay, so we have the Five of Swords, the Four of Wands, and the Eight of Wands. But I'm going to put the Five of Swords here because it was the one on top. Oh, look, we have more fox energy. How cute. Okay, but it is noted that we do have the Four of Wands and the Eight of Wands. And that is, I feel like that's the direction this person's heart was trying to push them towards. But there was conflict and a lot of confusion and illusion within this person at first. But we'll talk about it right now because I'm seeing a lot of things. But let's see, why is this World here? A World card here. We have the Ace of Cups. And the Two of Wands here. We have the Eight of Swords for the Two of Wands. Bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Wands, which is definite passion here. This is a passionate connection. And I feel like the passion is what this person's heart is trying to lead them towards. I feel like this person's heart wanted them to go towards that feeling, go towards those like passionate, magnetic, even like lighthearted type of feelings here. It's like there was a pull and a tug from different directions. So let's go ahead and talk about it now. The fact that we have the Knight of Cups clarified by the Knight of Swords in reverse, this person's heart is saying that I wanted them to express themselves with their heart, but I think this person had a problem with clearing and finding, you know, the difference between their heart and their head with the Knight of Swords in reverse. I think that this person listened to their thoughts and listened to their head a little bit more than their heart at times, and their heart was trying to get them to see things a lot clearer, because we have the Seven of Cups, which is about illusions. It's about, you know, choices, but a lot of the time it's about kind of confusion. And I think that there was a clear goal here within this person, and their heart really wanted, you know, you and you're in this beautiful experience. And I think that they want a new beginning here with you, or almost like for things to kind of the old to kind of close out those cycles with the world, and then for a new beginning, but from that heart space is what their heart is wanting here with you and this person. It's like not, I think that for some of you may felt as though you've kind of gotten off to the wrong start, or it didn't work out the way that you wanted to, or a lot of things maybe had happened for some of you. And I think what this person's heart is saying is that I understand that and I see that. Of course, that's not what I wanted to happen as well, but there are some things that are being cleared out or need to be cleared out. And when we begin again, or if we begin again, I want this to be from the right place. I want this person to express themselves through me, through this heart chakra, through this heart space, as purely as possible. And I feel like right now, or in the past, and maybe even right now, this person wasn't able to show up 100% authentically that way, and it got a little bit clouded, it got a little confused, there was some frustrations, there was maybe even some mind games here. And I feel like the heart is saying, well, those mind games were this person trying to protect themselves. They were trying to stay safe, but in turn, it ended up obviously backfiring and not working out. But they wanted to protect themselves in some way, shape, or form here. And also we have the Eight of Swords, which is about not seeing things clearly. It's about illusions, and it's about fear, feeling like there's nothing you can do right now. And I think that this person's heart chakra is really trying to open them up to a different perspective and to view the future in a more positive light. But right now, they're very much in their head, and they have a lot of certain thought processes about the future and certain perspectives about the future that are kind of clouding this right now. So their heart chakra is coming through to say that, you know, there are feelings here that I do want this, and this could be great. Like, with you, it could be the world. Like, this person could feel like they have the world with you. And, you know, and everything in their heart is full as well. But they have a certain perspective about the future, and especially about the future of this connection, that is kind of stopping them from expressing themselves 100% authentically and 100% through their heart. And I think their heart is trying to work them through this by how they're feeling and not so much what they're thinking. But sometimes it can be really hard, and certain people, of course, can be a little bit stubborn and kind of stuck in their ways, if that makes sense. But there is a beautiful potential here that this person is seeing, this person's heart is seeing. And then, like I said, we have the Ace of Wands. Underneath that, we have the Ten of Pentacles, which is a family energy. This is a future energy. I do think that this person feels your energy strongly. And I do think this person feels, or I'm sorry, I meant to say thinks about the future with you a lot. I think that this person would hope that they could have a future, build a future here. We even have the Fool, which is like a new beginning. And I think what a lot that could be stopping this person, or a lot that is wanted here, is like a cleansing of the past, is letting the old go and letting, you know, it kind of start over or start fresh. Or at least if, you know, you maybe for some of you, if you don't have a past with this person, it's like past relationships, you know, it's like past hurts, past pains, and things like that. But yeah, so this is a clear message here of like, I wanted to be more clear with my intentions. I wanted to be more open and honest with my feelings, but the other parts of me kept stopping myself. That seemed a little dangerous to me. I didn't know how to do that. And some of the times I feel like I don't know how to express myself. Some of the times I feel these things and I'm not really good at interpreting these feelings into words. And I think that sometimes this person, their intentions were good, but it came out as maybe not that way, because of the fact that they felt like they needed to protect themselves as well. And I feel like their heart is saying opening up for them was very hard. It is very hard to do, and it's something that is out of their comfort zone. And so when they felt uncomfortable, I think this person may have shut down, or for some of you it could have been in self-sabotage, but for some of you it could have been saying things or doing things that just weren't in alignment with what this person said that they wanted, or at least their heart wanted for them. Because there's a beautiful, beautiful appreciation for you here from their heart. There's a lot of love here for you from their heart. It's just this person's mind. And what's interesting is that when we look at the mind, we have these beautiful cups. Actually, we have the, you know, the Knight of Cups, and we have this Ace of Cups, and we have all of these, you know, beautiful heart centered energies, these emotions. But when we look at the thought processes, which would be the swords, because the swords represent mental, it seems that there is conflict here. We have the Eight of Swords, we have the Five of Swords, we have the Knight of Swords in reverse. There's blockages. There's the person's head was trying to block their heart. There's fears here that, you know, the veil could easily be lifted with the perspective shift. but I'm hearing it's a lot easier said than done for this person. Like I said before, I think that being emotional or vulnerable is something that is quite uncomfortable to this person, but they wanted to do that with you, and I think they still may want to do that with you, because there's a lot of energy of wanting a fresh start, or let's begin again, or you know, whatever it is, or maybe I can do it this better this time. There's all of these energies here as well too, but it's their heart chakra is saying for sure that, you know, the want and the desire was there. And I feel it too. So for some of you, if you've been feeling these feelings are strongly about this person, but this person has really not let their guard down, or maybe for some of you there could have been no communication, and you're wondering like if this was all in your head, or if you're being crazy or whatever, this person's heart feels it too. It's just this person doesn't allow things, I feel, to flow freely at times. But there's a lot of passion here, and this person's heart is saying that's the clue. You know, that's a key here. Follow that. Go to that. Interesting. Let's get some oracles now for you. And then we're going to get some channeled messages from this person as well. As well as some advice, like always. You know, I can't leave you guys without some advice. Okay, messages from their heart. Ooh, oh wow, my ears are ringing. Interesting. So bottom of the deck, right when I kind of felt this really strong energy come towards me, you know, in my crown chakra and my right ear. And this person feels very connected to you. And I think this person thinks about you a lot as well too. With the 7th chakra coming through that crown chakra. And I think that this person's heart is trying to lead them and give them this divine wisdom as well to listen to. Oh, and then we have worry. So I'm learning that worry does not change an outcome. Yeah, so that's that fear. That's that 8 of Swords. Their mind kind of getting in the way of allowing this. And this is something that I'm not knocking this person in any way. This is something that we all do at some way, shape, or form. And for some reason, relationships, I mean, for a lot of reasons, actually, relationships are one of the #1 keys that kind of make us question our own selves and question our hearts and question our motives and worry about things, because relationships require us to be vulnerable and require us to put ourselves out there and could possibly get 100% hurt. Or maybe we've been hurt in the past and we try to do everything that we can to avoid that feeling as well too. But yet relationships and intimacy is something that we still crave regardless. So that's why there's so much growth in these in relationships and readings and self-discovery as well too, because they really show us these parts of ourselves that we didn't even know were there. But anyways, yeah, so this person I think has a lot of fears about the future and a lot of fears about what's going to happen and things like that. And so it seems that there is some sort of battle here between, like we were talking about in the tarot, between the head and the heart. But this is saying that this person does, I mean, you have to care to a certain extent, obviously, to worry. So if you were wondering if this person does care, they do. We also have abundance, which is I am a limitless being and I can manifest whatever I desire. It is noted that it did come in reverse, and normally I don't do these in reverse, but I am going to keep it that way because this is about this person's personal power. And I feel as though they may not even realize, they see the potential obviously within this connection and what it could be, but it's almost as if they don't realize that they have what it takes, or think that they have what it takes to make this happen. And their heart is coming through to say that this desire is there for a reason. These feelings are there for a reason. If you could not make this happen, then it wouldn't be there. But they don't seem to be listening at this time. And actually, we were just talking about personal power. We have the 3rd chakra, which is all about your personal power. That is your solar plexus. And this is where you keep and store a lot of fear as well too. Seems to be blocked right now. And so coming out with the self-esteem, which is I possess gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. But this self-esteem is, I think, is important. And this is this is the chakra for your self-esteem as well too. So this could have been blows from the past. This person could have taken blows to the self-esteem from this connection, or whatever the case is. I'm hearing fears of rejection and fears of failure are stopping this person. And so again, this is a personal problem with this person. This isn't your problem. So if this connection has been affecting your self-esteem, their heart is coming through to say, please do not let that happen. That is something that maybe you need to work on as well, because this isn't about anything that you have or do not have, you know, to offer, like it, or that you're not able to give, or you know what I'm saying? It has nothing to do with your worth in any way. This actually, it's about this person's feeling a little bit unworthy of a beautiful connection like this. And this is on a subconscious level as well too, coming from this person, and their heart is trying to get them to open up to see these things and to clear these things, so eventually it can work that way. And I think that there's lessons that this person is going through with this connection, and probably in other aspects of their life, you know, that are showing them this same thing in a different form. Because it's funny, that's kind of how a lot of major spiritual lessons and spirit kind of works. There's things that show up in our lives in different forms, whether that's a romantic relationship, a job, a loss of a job, things like that, you know. And so this is saying that this person almost feels like they don't have what it takes at times to create this beautiful life, or to keep this connection. It's not that they have what it takes to pursue this connection. It's like, you know, when you have something of such value, there's almost this fear of losing it that comes through, and this overwhelmingly fear of losing something that almost stops you from even obtaining it in the first place. Which, when we look at it on a logical stance, or when we look at it like that, it sounds so silly and it sounds so ridiculous, but it is something that is so common as well. It stops us a lot of the times when we're pursuing our goals, when we're pursuing our dreams. The fear of failure and the fear of loss stops a lot of people from even taking those next steps. It's something that's very real, and I think their heart chakra is really trying to get them to see this fear as more of a feedback, instead of allowing it to dictate their choices and dictate the rest of their life and what it is they do. And I think that there is a self-esteem boost that needs to come to this person, and almost like an inner worthiness. And that may come through, I'm hearing, through a certain alignment with their actions. If this is the type of person that doesn't do things in that type of alignment, it's affecting their self-esteem. So what I mean by that is, if this person wants a beautiful connection, but they don't treat the connection beautifully, like they you know, say they have a wandering eye, you know, kind of cheating, or they aren't, so like they're not faithful, or they don't respect this enough, or they don't communicate clearly and things like that. Those things they're not even realizing are affecting their self-esteem and affecting their worthiness, because their heart is trying to get them into alignment with what it is that they want to do, which would to be faithful, which is to be a good communicator, which is allow them to communicate their feelings, you know, instead of bottling them up or hiding them or running away. And when they do that, when they do the opposite of those things, it affects their self-esteem in a negative way. And so their heart chakra is trying to get them to align their actions with their desires, and then will come a boost of self-esteem. It will come a feeling of worthiness, because of course you're going to feel worthy of something if you're able to take care of it, or if you're doing the right things, if you work hard for it, or if you're showing up for yourself, showing up for other people. You are going to feel worthy in that case. And so I think this is like a redirection almost for this person, that their heart chakra is trying to get them to align with. So on that note, let's go ahead and get some channel messages from them. What does this person want? Pile 2 to know, please. This could be messages from their heart chakra. I'm going to assume they're mostly messages from the heart chakra, but sometimes they just come out like with what this person's thinking as well too. Sometimes I feel like with these channel messages, the person like just cannot wait to come out. They come out and say things as well too. So the first card we have here is, I still have feelings for my ex. Now there's a specific message with this. If you're like, what the heck, like, just hold on. I mean, for some of you that could still be, but the message here is that there's negative attachments to the feelings to their ex. If this person was in a connection in the past that it didn't work out good, or maybe they complained that their ex cheated on them or their ex hurt them, or whatever the case is, this is that coming through to say, like, there's still these negative attachments here that are obviously affecting this person's perspective of the future. And that's why we can see this person's perspective, that Two of Wands and that Eight of Swords. Their future perspective is tainted right now. There's some illusions that, you know, that it's blindfolded. They've got these thoughts going when it comes to the future of certain connections. And again, that's something that I feel their heart chakra is trying to get them to work through. Oh, I'm going through a lot right now. Yeah, I can tell by this energy this person is kind of taking some blows and going through some stuff. Oh, guys, that landed right on the 7th chakra card, right on top of the 7th chakra card, and it's, I'm scared to tell you how I really feel. They're scared to tell you what they think and what's going on inside their head as well too. That's why we have that worry. We saw that too with their heart chakra coming through and saying, I wish I wanted to express to you with, you know, the most authenticity of how I'm feeling, instead of feeling like I have to protect myself. What are some more channeled messages here? I'm sorry I hurt you. Ooh, that I felt that in my heart chakra, that the second that came out, that made me feel like I wanted to cry. So this is an energy that is weighing in on their heart as well too. Like, this is their heart chakra saying that I am sorry, and I think there almost needs to be some sort of self forgiveness for their actions, and that could have been what we're talking about with those actions that aren't aligned, affect the self-esteem and affect your worthiness, and the fact that you feel you're deserving for a beautiful connection because it's not in alignment to your true self. So we have, I love you more than words can explain. Again, this is they're not really able to express themselves. It's like, I love you more than words can explain. I feel like this is more, I love you more than I'm able to explain as well. I'm confused about how I feel and what I want. Again, that conflict. These are all very much synchronistic to the messages that we were looking at here as well too. This person has like inner confusion, inner turmoil. And it's not that I feel like they know. I think the confusion comes with all of that other stuff, you know, like that messy stuff. Kind of, that's where that confusion kicks in. Because I think that it could have to do with this person being able to trust themselves again and open up again, you know, in a connection. It's like, they know at times what they want, and they know that they look like, you know, have these feelings obviously, and they want this connection, but then there's these things telling them like, you're probably wrong because it didn't work out before. Okay, some more channel messages, please, and then we will get to the advice. I'm happy when I'm with you. And that's an interesting, because we're talking about confusion about how this person feels. Then I'm happy when I'm with you comes out. That's a telling sign to this person that their heart and their intuition is trying to say, like, if you're happy when you're around this person, if you feel good when you're around this person, or when you're talking to this person, you feel good, that's a sign that this person is good for you. That's a sign that this person is safe for you. And I don't think that this person knows that. They just kind of maybe look at it on a surface level. I thought you'd never walk away. And let's get one more just to fill the gap. Oops. That is too many. That was like a whole handful. Let's get one more to fill the gap, please. Okay. So we have, I'm scared to fall in love again. Yeah, that's definite. a definite kind of energy we've been seeing here. So these two came out as well. So we have you make me nervous, and then we have I see you in my dreams all the time. Bottom of the deck we have there is so much I wish I could say to you. Yeah, we get it. We got that for sure. That's definitely apparent. So, I mean, these are very telling. I don't know if we need to talk about them too much. I feel like a lot of these things we kind of already talked about. And I feel like with this, I thought you'd never walk away. This person was hoping it would go was going to go a certain way or go the way that they wanted, but without dealing with any of this stuff. So that seems to be kind of obvious. Like, if this person did hurt you, or, you know, this person did all these things, like, it's, again, the actions weren't in alignment with the heart's desire. And of course, this is the outcome that you want, because in order to manifest what it is you want, you have to take aligned action. It just is. It just is. So please feel free, if you would like, to go ahead and screenshot these channeled messages, because we are going to cover them with your advice. And let's see, what order do I want to do this in? We'll stick to the same order as pile one. All right, so we're gonna get some of these affirmation cards, which I just love these cards. I just think that they have such a beautiful, positive energy to them, the messages and things like that, and they always seem to resonate as well. So we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna do the little sassy rebel deck that everyone seems, well, not everyone actually, but some of you seem to enjoy that deck as well. So we're gonna do that. All right. Bottom of the deck we have I release all fears and doubts. Very telling already to this reading. So let's see what this one is first. Okay, they're in the... Okay, so I now create a wonderful new job. I am totally open and receptive to a wonderful new position, using my creative talents and abilities, working for and with people I love in a wonderful location and earning good money. Oh yes, this is your guys' higher self coming through. Say manifest that job. Go after that. If you want better and you want more, or if you're looking for a job right now, this is or any kind of situation, or maybe for some of you that you are pursuing a job or whatever, this is confirmation that this is going to work out for you, that this is good. And if you've been wanting one, obviously this is confirmation that you're going to manifest it. It'll come. And I think that there's a message here too, to also, if you can, obviously, there's different. Sometimes in life, we're all in different places and different positions. If you have the privilege to create a job or an experience, or because like if this is something you're manifesting, you know, or if you have the privilege to choose and select different jobs, this is a message too, to choose the one that you know or you feel you would be most satisfied at, and everything else is going to come together. Follow your heart on that one as well. Whichever one you feel you would be most satisfied and the happiest at, it's going to be the best job for you. If, like I said, if you have the option to do so. And just because you may not have the option does not mean that you may never in the future or things like that. But I wanted to be clear, because sometimes we've all been in different positions, or we are in different positions in our life that we're not able to have that freedom. But if you can, just do that, as well as good news is coming. This is a message that good news for you is coming. Okay, so then the other one is we have I'm deeply fulfilled by all that I do. This is kind of like the same thing. I read works, and I was like, oh my gosh, is this another one about a job? That would be crazy. Okay, but each moment of the day is special to me. As I follow my higher instincts and listen to my heart, I am at peace with my world and affairs. I love that. This is your heart's coming through as well too, to say, you know, follow your inklings, follow that nudge as well that you feel when in regards to creating the most fulfilling life for you possible. Now, that could be with a job, that could be with following your passion, following what it is that you want to create in this world. But also, guys, remember, this could be something as little as doing little things throughout the day that just bring you more joy, that make your experience and your day better. Treating yourself, doing things, or even if it's doing things for your future, or like, you know, making sure you do that workout, because you know after that workout you feel so much better. Or if that's when you wake up, say for example you wake up and you have your coffee, make sure that you make your coffee extra special with love, that tastes exactly the way you like it, and make sure you get to sit and enjoy it too. Like this is definitely a message of like enjoying the little things too, because you know, at the same time we love those big things, we love those huge experiences, and we love those, you know, groundbreaking times in our life. But in reality, or to be realistic, our lives are made up of 99% of mundane experiences, mundane actions. You know, we do this, we do this, we do this. So fill in the blanks, or fill in as much space as you can with things you enjoy, things your heart wants. Like if you have animals, you know, make sure you wake up and you spend time with them, you love them, you pet them. When you can go for walks and enjoy, this came up in Pile 1, to connect with the trees. They have so much love. Just, you know, those little things that you can do to just bring yourself more joy. Little things add up and create big things. And so all of a sudden you're going to have this life full of joy. And it starts with, like, you know, the little things. And I think that's a beautiful message. So the last card we have for you is My Life Works Beautifully. And I love the energy of this card too, that beautiful sun. And everything in my life works now and forevermore. Wow. And that's the most, I don't think I've read this one, that's the most simplest one. Everything in your life just works out for you. It all works out the way it's supposed to be, and in the best, your highest good for you. And I think even, you know, we go through situations where it seems like it's not working out, or we can't have this and we can't have that. And that's just usually because it's not working out for us either. It's never like a no. It's either not now, or there's something better. It's like sometimes we have to let go of things and it seems like it's not working out for us, but it didn't work out in our minds, but the bigger plan is working out. The better plan is working out as well too. So to remember that, and also just know that everything in your life just works. I love that. It's so simple. Everything in my life just works now and forevermore. It just works for you. Specifically tailor-made to you. Your world is your world. We're all just living in it. And sometimes I say that and people are like, well, because, you know, our perception is our reality. So it is your world. This is your world tailored to you. It's a mirror, you know? And so when people say that, they're like, well, what about you then? Well, what about me? I'm just living in your world to you, but I'm in my world. I have my world over here. You know, we all just have our own individual experiences. All right, so let's get some more advice here from this deck, and then I will send you on your merry little way. Make better choices. Stop doing the same thing over and over again. It isn't working. Break some cycles. This is a perfect card saying okay, so the message with this card is you're smart, because this is what I'm hearing. You're smart. You know. Sometimes we repeat cycles, we repeat things, we do the same things over again because it's what we know, it's because it's what we're comfortable with, and sometimes it's because we hope for a different outcome. But you're smart enough to know by now, you know, what the outcome's going to be, especially in certain specific things that, again, are probably resonating for you. And so with that being said, if you don't like certain things, you don't like certain outcomes, all you have to do is just make different choices and break certain cycles. And I know sometimes that's easier said than done, do not get me wrong, but this is your chance, and every day is a new day, a chance to do something differently. If you didn't like the way you did it before, if you don't like the way things are going, it's always a chance to do something differently. So what works for you may not be the same thing that works for someone else, so this is your choice as well, to make your own choices, non-influenced by other people. But make those choices that that future version of you as well, that, you know, if you have a future version of you that you would like to see, you would like to meet, or you would like to manifest, or even if it's not a future version of you, if it's a future lifestyle, if it's a future relationship, if it's a future anything, what would those choices that, you know, really sit with yourself and see what choices would that person make? What would I make if I had that, or if I to get that? And yeah, let the beautiful, bright future influence your choices. If anything's going to influence your choices. Let's get one more. Oh, look, this card goes exactly to that, except for it's sassy. I'm so sorry, it's so sassy, but that's a sassy deck, and I never mean to be hurtful or anything like that. But it says, so ignore this part. But it says, try new foods, places, hobbies, music, and books. New stuff makes life thrilling. Yeah, and you know, I was talking about this in another reading as well too, about we don't even realize the effect of making new choices or doing something new or doing something differently, the effect that it has energetically on our lives. We're opening ourselves up to completely different timelines. We're opening ourselves up for different things to come in, for different things to happen, and especially obviously different outcomes like we're talking about. And that could either be like trying something completely new, going somewhere different. Like, you never know. I know it sounds like obviously out there, but sometimes you never know like who you run into or what happens or what you see. And of course you're always being guided, but right now you're being guided to branch out a little bit. Also maybe have a little bit more fun and maybe loosen up a little bit too. And then we have this one at the bottom of the deck, which is very blunt, and I'm sorry about that too, but it says complaining gets old, do something about it. And so we don't have to listen to this because I would never be mean to you like that. But I would tell you, as your friend, you know, as your bestie who gives you these lovingly readings, I would tell you that you have the power to change by your choices and by doing things differently. And sometimes, yeah, it takes us doing things a million times to finally get fed up. And that sometimes is relationships as well too. Sometimes we have to see something for our own selves, you know, way too many times. I know I'm guilty of that, or not anymore, but I was guilty of that in my past, of staying too long in situations and, you know, expecting different outcomes when nothing seems to be changing, or you know, and things like that. But if I could say one thing from those things that I've learned, is that you are the change. And I mean that you as in like I am the change. When we finally say, okay, I'm gonna do this, or I'm gonna do this now, I have to do this differently because I can't keep waiting on someone else to change, or, you know, I can't control anyone else. And so I know how this goes. I've been there before. I've learned, and now I break the cycle. Like I said, you have no idea what that does energetically just by even the conscious decision. You just started a whole different timeline for yourself with a whole different outcome. And that's when the hope comes in as well too, the faith and that things are going to be better because you're doing better and you want better. And I want better for you. So yeah, and this can be in regards to things you're manifesting as well too, not even just this relationship. And I feel like this card at the bottom too, I release all fears and all doubts. Sometimes we stay stuck, or we stay in situations that are comfortable in because we're fearing that all of a sudden that when we blink or we take our eyes off it, it's going to change and it's going to be what we want. Or we fear the future, we fear the unknown. And all of those are just illusions, because this is saying to you know what to do. You know what it is you need to do here. So don't let your mind convince you otherwise at times, okay? You got this. So yeah, I am going to leave this reading here. Thank you so much if you stayed till the end. I hope you enjoyed it or got something out of it. Thank you too to anyone who supports the channel in any way, shape, or form. I'm so grateful for you guys. Anyone who likes the videos or comments your stories or shares it, just supports from afar. Just know that I appreciate every single one of you. I really do. I'm so grateful for you. And I can't wait to read for you guys the next pick card. Bye. Hi Pile 3, welcome to your reading. If you chose the Rose Quartz Heart, or if you chose the Luna del Lunaverse Tarot, welcome. So today we are asking for the messages from this person on your mind's heart space, their heart chakra, or whatever you would like to call it. But I'm going to ask Spirit here to please tune me in to my Pile 3 situation, as well as tune me into the messages coming through from this person's heart. and allow them to come through with the most clarity possible, please. Thank you. So we're just going to quickly shuffle. Okay. So I get it together. All right. Messages from their heart to pile 3. What are some messages from this person's heart to pile 3 they would like pile 3 to know? The first card we have is the 8 of Wands. The next card we have for you is the World. Wow. Messages from this person's heart towards pile 3. What are some messages? We have the Queen of Wands. And then we have the 9 of Swords. Okay. Let's get some clarifiers and we'll talk about it. So what is the 8 of Wands here, please? Clarifying this 8 of Wands. We have Justice, and we have the 8 of Swords. Okay. All right. Why is the World here? We have the Hermit. There's a lot of cards here, but we have the 4 of Pentacles peeking through as well, too. So we have the Hermit clarifying the World. We have Libra and Virgo energy as well too, which that reminds me, I didn't feel called to do any of the signs in the other piles, only this one. Interesting. For some reason, this isn't like factual or like anything, but the World also reminds me of Sagittarius, just because of that like exploration energy and like the perspective and expansion, you know, kind of like that 9th house Sagittarius energy. So that could be for someone as well too, but they don't have to resonate as well for the reading to resonate for you specifically. But let's move on. For the Queen of Wands, why is the Queen of Wands here? Messages from this person's heart. Why is the Queen of Wands here? We have the Tower. Wow. Dang, pile 3. All right. And then for the 9 of Swords, we have the Empress. Ooh. Wow. It's not like you did it on purpose. We have the 9 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Wow. It's not like you did it on purpose or like vindictively, but you have done a number on this person. In a good way, for positive reasons, of course. So let's talk about messages from their heart. Let's start over here. Their heart is trying to lead them towards you. They're this 8 of Wands. They're being pulled towards you. Now, there is some fear here as well. But what their heart is really trying to get them to do is to make the right decisions that they feel that are from the heart. Justice comes out a lot of the time when we have to weigh certain decisions out, or we have to weigh options out and do things that we feel is fair. This is doing things from the heart. And this is really, really what their heart is trying to lead them towards, which is you. Now, obviously, we have the 8 of Swords, we have the Tower, and we have the 9 of Swords. This is all of that resistance that comes up and kind of comes up to clear, or all of these kind of things that were probably lying dormant, or this person was avoiding but still wanting this, you know, connection, but kind of has to deal with here to come up. This is something that we've kind of seen in almost all of these readings come up for, and just in different ways though, with different people obviously. But the crazy thing is that the way you make this person feel makes them realize that they need to change. They need to face these things. I feel like, if I can be honest with this energy, although we have the Tower and we have all of these things, I feel like compared to the other piles, this person is more prone or is desiring to listen and follow their heart, I feel a little bit more. There was a lot more of like runner energy in the other ones, and for this specific pile, they want you so bad that they are like, okay, what do I have to do to get there? You hold a very special place in their heart for a reason. And also there's like a really ridiculously magnetic attraction here with the Queen of Wands, the Eight of Wands, and the Empress. Now, let's talk about this Tower coming through with the Queen of Wands. This is like, I feel this is their own insecurities coming up when it comes to you, when it comes to having you, when it comes to wanting you, when it comes to being with you. This person, he gets a little insecure, I think, at times. And I think that, you know, you kind of scare them a bit, or this connection, it scares them a bit, I should say. Their heart is saying to lean into that, to lean into that. What needs to go? There's things here that this person needs to address and release in order to be and feel stable enough to handle this connection, and feel stable enough and worthy enough to handle, you know, your heart as well. Now we also have the Nine of Swords with the Empress. Again, this is like, okay, this person wants to give you love, but this person's heart is saying one of the things that they're kind of scared of is receiving love and opening up to being receiving to love as well too. It's not just about the giving. Like, this person wants you and they want to give you things. I think with this Nine of Pentacles as well too, you know, maybe their heart is saying like they want to spoil you. They want to treat you like you kind of just, the way that they view you is so high. This person holds you at a very high standard. And with that being said, they kind of have some issues when it comes to, or fears when it comes to love as well. Like, don't we all? I mean, and I've been doing love readings for long enough just to really, don't we all, you know? But for the most part, their heart is trying to get them to see and do things through their heart chakra. Now we have this World and we have this Hermit. I feel like if this person and you were in a separation, or there was some sort of separation, but this person is really being guided to look in to themselves and to do themselves a service, is what I'm hearing, and discovering so many different parts of themselves through this relationship and through this connection as well too. Not only by themselves, but there's a whole world to be discovered within this connection and through you, through all of these feelings. And their heart is telling them to look into that. Their heart is also trying to tell them, like, you know, I know it's scary. I know this is something that can possibly, you know, you can get hurt and things like that, but their heart is also trying to get them to face these fears, face these doubts, and go towards you. Like, because of the magnetic attraction, it's like this person, their heart is trying to, it's hard to explain in words, I'm so sorry, trying to connect you guys together in a way that is going to be very healing, but also, it's like I said before, it's bringing up things that this person needs to deal with. Okay, let's talk about, what else do I want to talk about here? Do I want to get some oracles already? Yeah, let's get some oracles and see any other messages from the heart, this person's heart. Because I feel like right now, it's like almost as if with this World here too, this person feels like they have the world when they have you. And that's beautiful too. But I feel like this person's heart wants them to see as well that they have that already within themselves. Like, everything that they need to have this successful, fulfilling relationship, or with or without this relationship, their heart is saying, like, you have those things within yourself as well too. Not trying to like knock you or anything. Oh, look, we have the Knight of Cups. Yeah, follow your heart, follow those romantic feelings and I feel like their heart is trying to tell them too that this is a very abundant connection, and don't be scared of this. You know, you don't need to fear this, because there's so much good that can grow from this. We have the Nine of Pentacles, we have the Nine of Pentacles, and we have the Empress. There's a lot of love here, and there's a lot of self-discovery, and there's a lot of beautiful abundance and potential to be explored and to have as well too. And so this person's heart is trying to say to not be scared, follow your heart, and go where you feel led, which would be towards you. Okay, What are some other messages coming from this person's heart, please? About pile 3. Okay, so we have balance. Balance is coming in reverse, but I'm going to put them upright so we can read them. So we have door to personal healing and happiness, and we have balance, which is I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. Now, this person may feel like they would, or at one point in time, either they feel like they would, or at one point in time, they felt like they did want to move very fast with you here. Now, also their heart chakra is telling them to kind of take it slow and to balance, like to come back to your center when you're making choices. And that way you won't get too ahead of yourself. And also you won't let fear or other things cloud your judgment too. Like needs to be a very balanced approach. And if this person kind of has a one-track mind or a one-way type of thinking, and I didn't mean that as an insult at all, but sometimes when it comes to relationships or outlooks, sometimes we kind of tend to get like a one way of thinking. It's an all or nothing type of thinking. You know what I'm saying? And I think their heart chakra is kind of telling them maybe to slow down when it comes to making decisions about this, and to see things from a place of, to see things from a neutral perspective, and to weigh things out, to balance things out. And I feel like that's because this person would see that there's a lot more good to have and a lot more things that they would want to have rather than the things that they would lose. There's a lot more good, I feel like, in this perspective than bad. And this person's heart really wants them to kind of sit with themselves and weigh out all the options here, because there's a perspective, or there's a point to that for this person as well too. Then we have the door to personal healing and happiness. This is definitely that World and Hermit energy. This is like that getting so much different perspective about yourself and healing these things and opening up these doors and seeing what's on the other side. And I think that there's a message from this person's heart that's saying it's okay to step through these doors, and it's okay to step into that unknown and to see what's completely on the other side and through the other end, because there is beautiful things there for you. And there's a lot of like a major lesson coming through for this person that their heart is trying to get them is self-discovery, to see so much about themselves as well too. And obviously this is about your heart too, and this is about you seeing things, because you know, obviously heart chakra and beautiful spirit loving energy isn't very selfish, is it? It's also, this means that this would benefit you as well too, and probably benefit you in the same way, you know. Oops. So we have empathy coming at the bottom, falling off actually. So give me 1 second. Oh my gosh, that was so far away. I almost fell off my chair. Okay. There's that empathy I was talking about. And look at it. I'm open to seeing both sides of the situation. So the heart chakra is trying to get them to empathize more with you and your feelings, and feel what you want and where you're coming from. I feel like this is their heart chakra saying, open up. It's okay to open up. It's okay to feel. It's okay to care. You know, in fact, that's something that you're going to need to do. You need empathy to have a successful relationship to an extent. Of course, everything comes in balance though. And that's why we have this balanced energy. Seems to be very important, because, you know, empathy, unbalanced empathy, it could lead to too much self-sacrifice. It can lead to draining of energy. It can lead to, you know, energy vampires that are just there, want. If you have it balanced though, you know, you have enough empathy for yourself and for other people, but you know what to do, and you can make those decisions, you know, that are best for everyone involved. You know what I'm saying? And so with that being said, I think that this person, I keep hearing this person may have some sort of all or nothing type of mentality. And so what that means is that either they're all 100% in and it's a little bit reckless, it's a little bit maybe sometimes much, and it can cause some damage sometimes too, you know, and or either they're completely shut off and it's nothing, you know, you get nothing. I don't want to feel, I don't want to do that. And so their heart is coming through to say it's okay to open up and to have this beautiful balance. Like, you can take things slow, you can see where this goes, you know, you can allow yourself to heal, allow yourself to learn. And I think that there's an energy of like this person needing to feel safe and needing to feel secure. We had that Four of Pentacles card pop out because now I forgot about that, but it's popping back up into my head because when I was like reading it, I was like, I don't know why I'm reading this card, but okay. Because I didn't read any of the other ones, you know. But that makes sense. This person may still be holding on to certain behaviors or certain things, like kind of holding back a bit in ways, and that's only because they want to feel safe or they want to feel comforted. And that a lot of times the Four of Pentacles can talk about staying in your comfort zone. It can talk about holding on to things because that's, you feel like you need that security to feel safe. And this is, and their heart is saying it's okay to release control, release the need to control, and allow things to unfold naturally, and to open up your heart again and feel. And also, you know, keep in mind about the other person's feelings and how your actions affect other people, or you, this would be you since you're involved, you know, as well. And to see where you're coming from, and to kind of get a shift in perspective in that way as well too. Oh my gosh, I waited forever. We have Angel of Love. That is so sweet. That is so sweet for this heart chakra energy. The message is that there's so much love here. And I feel like their heart is saying too, there's a message here. It starts with the self. Starts with self-love as well too. And once, you know, like for you and this person, like maybe this person was on some sort of self-discovery journey, or you were on some sort of self-discovery journey. Or maybe like, for example, like if there was like a separation between you and this person, and that was the self-discovery journey before you guys could come back together. Because I feel like there's a need here as well from this person's heart to realize, again, I think we said this before too, but to realize, you know, that you have that love within you, that all of those things exist within you. And when you understand that, and when you incorporate that, then you're able to love other people deeper. When you have a deep love and deep, you know, appreciation and acceptance for yourself too. But I love this Angel of Love coming out here. Like, this is saying that, you know, this is a divinely guided, loving connection, and their heart is saying open up to it. Allow love to flow freely. You don't have to worry, or you don't have to be scared as well. I'm also drawn to envy, and underneath that is regret, both in reverse. Jealousy can be something that does kind of block the flow of love as well, but it's only because jealousy comes up a lot of the time because at times we feel inferior, and at times we feel like there's things around us that are unobtainable, or we feel inferior, so we have to hold on to someone or be jealous because we feel like they're going to find something better, they're going to do something better, or maybe this is self-esteem issues as well, saying that they feel like a little bit unworthy, and so there is this jealousy. And I think that their heart is trying to clear that as well too, and to get them to see that's not coming from a place of love, that's coming from a place of either, like how we were talking about, either feeling inferior, or it's coming from a place of possession. And none of those are really coming from the heart. And so their heart chakra may be trying to get them to see that as well too. But I love, we have empathy and love. Yeah, the main message for you guys is this person is like, open up to this person's heart. It's like, open up to this connection, like explore. It's safe to love. See, and even if you've had a history with this person, this could have been like that whole message, that whole point of this connection. Like for some of you, if this is a new connection, obviously that resonates. But if for some of you have a history with this person, they could have been very closed off. It would be like they were closed off before. They had really strong walls up, or you know, they were just maybe not too good at expressing themselves. All of that is kind of with this as well too. Like it could be the same thing of like opening up or getting them to open up. So let's go ahead and get some channel messages here from this person's heart. Ooh, we have I want to look good for you. Ooh, I think that's with those insecurities we were talking about, guys, coming up. I was like, this person like views you in such a high light that it makes them like insecure at times. So we have, I'm trying to get my ish together. What are some more messages from this person's heart chakra, please? Or from this person to pile 3. We have, I'm happy when I'm with you. We have don't give up on me. I want to make this work. Ooh, and then we have when I'm with them, I'm still thinking of you. We have I blamed you for things that I did. I don't know how I feel. Yeah, for some of you, this person could be in a karmic relationship with other people, but their heart is leading them towards you. So they could be with somebody else or someone that they know they're maybe not supposed to be with or they're not good with. And then their heart is saying that, you know, I want to be with you, or I should have seen where it went with you. Or I'm hearing for some of you, this person's like closing out karmic cycles with other people. So we have you drive me crazy, and then we have unblock me right now. Interesting. Bottom of the deck is I'm going through a lot right now. All right, let's talk about this energy because this is interesting. I feel like this person is going through cycles. I feel like this person is kind of on this self-discovery journey because I feel like this person needed some realizations about themselves and about what they want and about how they should treat other people. And I think that a lot of this energy that their heart is guiding them towards is to make the fairest decision, and not just for them, to not be selfish anymore and to make decisions that aren't just them based. They have to think of other people in connections. You know, it takes two to tango. It's not always about this person's wants or needs or or even just, it's not always about your wants and needs too. It's about balancing both of them and balancing, you know, what works for you and what works for other people. So I feel like this person is going through lessons. Like I said before, I feel like for some of you, this person is closing out cycles with some sort of karmic situation at the same time too. And I think this person is going through a lesson of like how you treat the things that you desire and what it is you want. I feel like there was almost an unworthiness energy before coming from this person. At the same time with that could have been self-sabotaging. That could have been them not even believing at times. But for the main message of this person's heart is that this person's heart does want them to get their stuff together and does want them to realize to follow their heart, not their ego. So not what other people say, what other people do, or what they think is the best for, you know, their ego or whatever. They're really being guided to open up and to release the fear of allowing things to flow in beautifully and allowing beautiful love connections to flow and open organically without either screwing it up or running for cover. Now, this is something that obviously is a process. It's not like this person's gonna wake up one day and feel like that. And also, there could be a lesson for you about what it is that you feel you deserve and what it is that you will and will not accept. Now, I'm gonna leave that open to each and every one of you individually because not every situation is the same, as in like what had happened or whatever it was. Like there's things that I feel people can come back from, and there's things that some people feel they can't come back from, and I'm going to leave that up to you. But I do believe that this was a divinely guided connection for specific reasons from your heart to theirs. And I think that a lot of this, a lot of these realizations that they're having right now are right now about, it's like this person's on this like pivotal precipice of change, and their heart's trying to get them to do what they need to do, which is what is right, which would be out of love or their heart. Okay, so let's get some advice for you on that note. If you would like to look at these later, you're more than welcome to screenshot them, but I am going to cover them with cards. Like, what do you call that? Cards, messages. Yeah, so, oh yeah, and with this tower as well too, and this I'm going through a lot right now. Yeah, this person is definitely kind of going through their own tower moment, and I think they're trying to get them to see, and it's I think this person is having like a lot of realizations of self. And I think this person is having a lot of sheddings of different masks and different mechanisms like that kept this person, whether that was safe or regardless, or it worked in the past or it worked for them when they were this version of themselves. I think this person is like shifting versions of themselves, changing, and so they're having to shed a lot of these old ways and old patterns as well too. So what is some advice here for pile 3? All is well in my world. I love that. Everything is working out for my highest good. Out of this situation, only good will come. I am safe. Oh my gosh, that's so perfect. Because a lot of the times, guys, just because something does not work out in the way that we want it to or when we want it to, does not mean that it's not working out for our highest good. Obviously, this person had some issues. They had some things that they needed to address and they needed to deal with that you don't deserve to deal with, or things like that for some of you as well too. So just trust that this is going to work out for the best and best outcome for both of you. And that may not be always the way that we want it to work out, but it's the way that we deserve. It's the best way. So if this person had done actions or treated you in any type of way a little bit undeserving, of course there's going to be some sort of shower moment, things like that, because you deserve better. You deserve an authentic, best kind of love. And at the same time, that's all we can really ask for. We know that no one's perfect. We know people make mistakes, of course. You're not perfect. I'm not perfect. We all make mistakes. At the same time, that does not mean that we don't deserve just an open and honest love. And everything else can be worked out, and everything else can work too. But it starts with the foundation of openness and love and authenticity. Oh my gosh. I deserve the best and I accept the best now. I love that. I am mentally and emotionally equipped to enjoy a prosperous and loving life. It is my birthright to deserve all good. I claim my good. Thank you for that confirmation of what we were just talking about. And then on this end, it's I am deeply fulfilled by all that I do. Now, let's see what this one is. The past is over. So we have, this is a new day, one that I have never lived before. I stay in the now and I enjoy each and every moment. Yes, releasing the past is something that is so important to having new beginnings. We can't go into any type of new beginning, whether that's just a new cycle in our life, that's a new day, or anything with, the same things. And I know that's easier said than done, but I feel as though you and this person seem to be kind of in some sort of shedding energy of shedding the past, shedding the old, not allowing the same things, wanting different, wanting better. And I think that's great. And so with that, it comes naturally, you have to release the past. You can't cling on to the old and expect something new at the same time. We have to release in order to receive. And so what are some more messages from the little sassy deck? Sorry if it's rude. I feel like there've been some rude cards coming out lately. Not rude, like there always beautiful, loving messages. It's just, this deck is kind of funny in a way of like, it'll be like, oh, you got the nice one, so I don't even need to explain anymore. So the first card we have for you is get support. You can't do it all by yourself and you are still brave and tough. Oh yeah, look for support in any way, shape, form, whether that's, even if you feel like you don't have support from like physical people, maybe this is a time to delve into your spiritual practices as well too, and look for, talk to spirit and communicate your wants, your needs, and allow yourself to open up to more guidance and more love, and just feel that energy. It all starts with feeling as well too. So, but for the others of you, that you have support or friends or trusted friends. I want to emphasize trusted friends and trusted families as well. If you do need help or in a situation, or for some of you, I'm getting a specific message if you're moving if this was a separation between you and a person that you're moving from, and you know, if you have family to help you, please don't feel like you're a burden to reach out to them, or please don't feel like you're ever a burden to reach out to anyone in that matter to get support, whether that's just advice, or that's a shoulder to cry on, or that's quite literally help. Like, you're worthy again of receiving help and love from other people, and there are sources around you that will be willing to help you if you are open to them, is what I'm hearing. So we have, don't believe your crappy thoughts. Your mind can lie to you. Man, can it ever. Let me tell you about your mind lying to you. It is, your minds are very deceiving because it tries to come with receipts. Our minds come with receipts, and a lot of those receipts come from the past, mind you. But it tries to come with receipts and say, well, you know, this is like this because it makes sense for it to be like this. That's not always true. You know, believe what you see, believe what people show you, but also believe, you know, in your best outcome in your life as well too. Not everything is always as it seems. There's already enough illusions that we're trying to kind of combat in life, and our minds tend to make more illusions and sometimes make things harder, even though our minds want to help. Like, our brains are wired that way, to look for threats, to look for problems, and it thinks that it's helping, but obviously that doesn't help a lot of the time. So, you know, we tend to kind of believe those thoughts, we believe those things, and at the same time, I think that there's just a message here to not waste your energy anymore with all of these worries, and to focus as much as you can on the present moment and what you're able to do now, and the next few steps for you, and leave the bigger picture up to spirit. Leave the bigger picture up to, you know, fate, if that's what you want to call it. Whatever's meant to be is meant to be, you know. And I think that there's some peace of mind with that. It's kind of releasing that control of, like, needing to know answers now, needing to know what the outcome's going to be, needing to know how other people perceive you. All of those things are out of your control. So don't let your mind constantly try to remind you of these things. Like, try to let go as much as possible and create as much peace for your mind as possible. All right, one more for you. And then, you're missing the signs. What's life trying to tell you? Pay attention. Ooh. Okay, and this kind of, I was like, what signs? And this kind of makes a lot of sense to this. So just because sometimes we miss signs, we miss red flags, we miss messages, you know, from ourselves, from the universe, and it's because they're not what we want to hear, or they're not what we want to see, or it's not what we want to happen. So sometimes we have to look at situations from a different viewpoint, and sometimes we have to understand that maybe it doesn't make sense now, or it's not what we want now, but it's what we need to hear, it's what we need to know. And I feel like this is like signs, as in things happening around you, how people are making you feel, all of that kind of stuff is signs as well. Don't ignore any type of red flags right now. They're very vital and very important to the next decisions in your life that you have to make. And also, yeah, there's for some reason, there's a message here, there's other things going on. Like, I want to almost say, like, that you're not able to see right now, and you're not able to hear or whatever, and it's not bad. It's like there's just the full picture of something, and that could be the situation. The full picture isn't revealed yet. So to try to keep your, I guess, mind focused on what it is you can do as well, but pay attention to what it is that you're supposed to be doing with these. You're missing the signs, like basically red flags, how people make you feel, you know, all of these things are telling, as well as, you know, pay attention to spiritual signs and synchronicities as well too. And those are all different for you and each and every one of you, but yeah, you got this. Just don't ignore things is what that means. Like, don't ignore the fact that you know, you're trying to, just for an example, don't ignore the fact that maybe you're the only one that's trying to fix something, or you're having to do all of this and no one else is helping you do this. Or don't ignore the fact that this is making you feel bad. You know, all of these things, your emotions, all of these things are signs. So pay attention to them. Even your fear is feedback. It's a sign. So pay attention, because they're trying to tell you something. Connect to your higher self. Your higher self is really trying to connect with you at this time. You can do meditation or whatever, or just create some sort of bond here with you and your higher self. And that'll make it easier for your higher self to present you, or you to open up to seeing certain signs as well. But before I was about to leave, yeah, your higher self really wants you to connect with them. You're always connected to them, but be open to, you know, talking to them, receiving messages, all that stuff. So maybe a practice for some of you as well too. But yes, I am going to leave this reading here, though. I really hope it helped. I hope you got something out of it. Thank you so much to anyone who supports the channel in any way. I'm so grateful for you. Anyone who likes, shares, comments, or subscribes to the channel, welcome. And I appreciate you so much. I'm so grateful. But I am going to end this, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next reading, read for you guys in the future. If you're not subscribed and you want more readings, go ahead and subscribe now, or else you may not see me in the future. But it's always your choice. Do whatever you want. I'm not here to force you, to tell you how to live your life. I'm just here to just give you readings. And yeah, so I'll see you guys in the next pick a card. Bye.